Hey, what's going on, YouTube? We're going to jump right into it today. We're going to deal with ego and your true self. Ego is the opponent that you're really dealing with in your mind. It's that little voice inside your head that says you can't do it, you're not smart enough, you're not strong enough, you're not quick enough. So we're going to learn what that ego is all about, and little tips on how to get past it and tame it down. Stay tuned to the end of this video, and I'm going to give you some of my own personal techniques. And I'm pretty stubborn, so if it works on me, then it should work on quite a few many of people. So ego versus soul. Ego is all about me, anything that I can do for me and myself, and the hell with everybody else. It's one of those things where we've all dealt with it, we've all gone through it. The thing is to start moving past it. The soul is about we. It's all about we, unity. What can I do for you? How can I help you? How can I serve you? How can I further you along? The ego is also about separation. It just wants to separate everything. This is where we get all of our labels from. Black, white, Mexican, bi, gay, straight. It doesn't matter what it is. There's a label on it, and it separates us and it divides us. We got to stop the labeling. Because the soul is, once again, all about unity. It's all about bringing everybody together. We are all human. We all live here on earth. We are all born here on earth. I don't think too many of us out here are black, white, or Mexican, or Japanese or Chinese that has been born on other planets. So we are all earthlings. We are all born to Mother Earth. Ego is also about resentment, while soul is about forgiveness. Pretty explanatory, but resentment is it goes deep. It goes deep into your heart. It goes deep into your soul, and it's not something that you'll want to resonate with for too long. Forgiveness. It's not about forgiving the other person for them. It's about forgiveness for them, for you. And also forgiveness of yourself. We are all humans. We are flawed. We make mistakes. That is the life lesson, okay? Don't hold yourself too accountable for it. You make a mistake, learn from it, move forward. Ego is all about complaining, while soul is all about gratefulness. You can see the difference, right? All right. Complaint, and just being fully grateful for everything that we have. Our air in our lungs, the sky is blue, and can't be more grateful than that. Ego is about anger and hostility, while soul is about graciousness and friendliness. Okay? There is nothing in this world that you should be losing your anger over. Nobody or nothing should get you that angry where you push it and project it out on other people. Okay? You got to understand, you make yourself angry, you make yourself sad, you make yourself happy. Nobody can make you feel those feelings. Only you can. When you learn how to control your ego, you'll be able to learn how to control them feelings. And it helps. It does. Trust me. Ego is all about power. And as you can see with the idiots that we have in charge, our presidents and our governors and our senators, Yeah, they're all ate up idiots that just really don't belong where they're at. They are too in their heads about power. They need to be gone. Okay? Everybody needs to wake up and start seeing this and start kicking these people out. Soul is all about humbleness. You can be somebody who's in power and not think about power. That's generally what they talk about in the Bible, about certain people who are placed into power that never wanted to be in power. Ego is about power, materialism, madness. You'll notice that a lot of people are all about their materials. I know quite a few of them myself. It is just whatever they can grab. You give them money and they burn it up. They go and buy this and buy that and buy this and buy that. And they're always exploiting it to everybody. Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. I've done it too. I'm guilty. So it is what it is. But we got to move on from that and start developing a different way. And this is what I'm here for. Soul is about spiritualism, wisdom. Okay, so when you put down the materials and you pick up the spiritualism, you'll see what I'm talking about. It changes your whole view. It's not that you can't have materials. It's not that you can't have nice cars and a nice house, nice clothes and nice jewelry. It's just that you're not infatuated by those things. Those things will just come naturally to you. Ego is about jealousy, while soul is about co-happiness. People, there is nothing in the world to be jealous about. There is plenty. Once you open your eyes to it, there is just really plenty. Okay. The way that our world is shaped, it makes you believe that there's not enough when there actually really is. And with soul co-happiness, well, that just simply means that, I don't want to be happy by myself. I want you to be happy. I want your friends to be happy. I want your parents and your aunts and your uncles to be happy. I want your kids to be happy. I feel personally that if everybody is on the same course, moving the same direction, we can all move a little further, faster. In the military, we call that teamwork. You're not going to put up a tent, one of them big shelter tents that we use, by yourself. Okay, so everybody has to pull together at the same time, and at the same time you're lifting this big ass tent. You'll see what that teamwork is really all about. That's where we need to get humanity and the collective at. Joining together, all of us being on the same page, man, we would come very far very quickly. And ego is all about war. And I can tell you right now from personal experience, you don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it here on the state's soil. You don't want it on any soil. Okay? War is just another way for our governments and our leaders to profit and put people in their early graves. I've watched and witnessed quite a few of my brothers and my sisters go down. It's not a friendly sight. I served back in 2003 in Iraq. I was 101st Airborne, 86 Combat Support Hospital. So I can tell you from personal experience, war is not something that you want, and that is where the ego takes us, war. And look at it now. We're at the brink of it right now. While soul is all about peace. We can have peace in this lifetime. A lot of people think that it's, oh, well, you have to fight to get peace. No, you really don't. You really don't. There are other ways, okay? Once you trade your ego for your true self, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But that is the end of the video. All right, YouTube, we're back in again. We're going to talk about ego-driven and non-ego-driven people. Okay, so ego-driven people, they tend to act differently than non-ego-driven people, obviously. Ego-driven tends to criticize everyone. Okay, we don't need no more criticism. We already got enough. So let's start ixnaying on the ego A. All right. Ego wants to hold a grudge. That's what the ego does. It literally holds you in a space that you've created for your own self. Sometimes the ego is not so bad so long as you are using it in the right way. Okay, the ego will keep you safe because it is designed to keep you from holding your hand over a fire or walking off of a cliff. Your ego is like, oh, hey, there's a cliff there. Oh, hey, there's a fire there. Let's not do that. That's harmful. Hence the reason why the ego was even established to begin with. It was meant to keep dumb people safe. Okay. And I'm not calling y'all dumb. Just, when you're so full of your ego and so full of distractions, we can all get a little dumb. We can all do stupid things that you're like, what the hell was I thinking? All right. Ego-driven people are, they tend to blame others for their failures. I'm sure we all can honestly agree and say that, every once in a while we've blamed somebody else for something that we know that it had everything to do with us. All right. Let's stop the blaming. All right. Blaming it gets people messed up and it burns a lot of bridges that you might not necessarily want to burn. Ego-driven people have a sense of entitlement. They always feel like they're owed something, like they're king stuff or queen stuff when they're really not. Okay, you're not. When you're living in your ego, you ain't entitled to nothing. That's why you live at the bottom. If you was entitled to anything, you'd be at the top with everybody else. Ego-driven people tend to fly by the seat of their pants. Oh yeah, I used to do this myself, and I just winged it. That's what I used to call it, winging it. I'm just winging it. I never had a plan for nothing. I just jumped right out there and did it. Although that does tend to work, but some things you need to stop and think and be very logical about. Is this moving me in the right direction, or is this moving me in this direction? Just stop, think, and then act. Okay. Ego-driven people secretly hope others will fail. This is a really shady thing. I personally never really did this except for people that were really bad to me. I am an empath, and I used to want others to fail when they were really evil to me, but there are some people that just really want others to fail just because they can't make it themselves. That's pretty shady, people. All right, so if you know somebody like this, get the hell away from them. I have got a couple of people that I'm getting ready to get rid of myself, and because they just secretly want me to fail. I know this because I see it in my tarots. I do read tarots, so little things like this, they underestimate me. Okay, ego-driven people, they think they know it all. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they really do. I used to think that same way until I opened my mind and expanded it. And then I realized that knowledge is infinite. There is no learning that. That it's never ending. you can never learn enough. Okay, you'll just keep learning, from this lifetime to a next lifetime to another lifetime to another lifetime for billions of years. Mind you, energy never dies. Okay, so all we do is we keep evolving and keep evolving and keep evolving. You get what I'm saying? You can't know it all. Ego-driven people don't know what they want to be in life. For the longest time, I didn't know my ass from a hole in the ground, and I damn sure didn't know what I wanted to be in life. I thought I did quite a few different times, and obviously I was dead ass wrong. It wasn't until I started opening my mind and started getting on the path that I was meant for that I even started seeing any type of what I should be and what I should be doing. I'm confident now that I'm on the right path. And I feel very blessed to be on this path, to be quite honest. Ego-driven people never set goals. I used to never set goals neither, because I'd never made them anyway. So every time I made a goal, it was always crash and burn, and never even jump past the finish line, or sometimes never even jump past the start line. That's not the way I am now. I set goals and I smash them every single time now. They're always angry. Ego-driven people always are hostile and push out a lot of anger, project a lot of anger, either on the world, themselves, or their loved ones. We gotta nip this ego in the butt, because that stuff used to get me into a lot of trouble. All right. Ego-driven people hoard information so they can remain the smartest in their circle. That's pretty shady. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. I'm always one that shares, because I like people to be on my levels. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little too smart for the crowds that I'm in, and I feel like I stand out. So if I can level them up to my level, hey, all the more better. Now I get to keep the same people I'm with, and everybody's on the same level then. But it doesn't work out that way, because most people just don't want to learn. And they tend to watch TV all day long or every day. That TV stuff, chunk it. It's not worth it. Then things beam out signals, and this isn't no conspiracy theory. News, everything is designed to heighten your emotions, to keep you controlled through fear and emotion. Fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real. It has not happened yet, but your ego is getting you all worked up about things. This is what the news is all about. If you're going to watch TV, at least watch television shows, okay? Do not watch anything that revolves around news. No CNN, no CNBC. Just chunk it in the fucking bucket, right? I promise you. When you stop watching that, you'll feel like 100 times better. Your emotions will go down. Your fear will go down. Your anger will go down. Your sadness will go down. Everything will just, and it'll make you feel so much better. I promise you. All right. So on to the next. Non-ego driven people tend to compliment others. I'm complimenting people, and it comes genuinely from the heart. I compliment people. I love it when I see other people with talent. YouTube, I love you guys. You guys are just so full of talent. I'm amazed by how many awesome people are in this world that are supreme artists or very flexible. They run motorcycles at 200 miles an hour. I mean, these people are just, y'all are great. Y'all are great. Seriously. have a sense of gratitude. Non-ego driven people tend to have a sense of gratitude. I'm always grateful for everything. I always acknowledge everything that goes on in my life the best that I can. Sometimes I do get a little distracted myself, and it happens. It happens, okay? But we got to learn to pull back and know when to pull back and balance ourselves back out again. That way we can go back out into this very distracting world. Non-ego driven people forgives others. I can't tell you how many times I've just looked at people and been like, yeah, you got me today, but karma sucks. I forgive you. And I'll walk away from it because I don't want to touch on that stuff. I've cleared myself of karma. I'm balanced now. I feel like everything's coming in and it's all positive, nothing negative. So forgive others, not only for them but for yourself. It'll make you feel better, and they get stuck with all the karma. Non-ego driven people like to project joy. I'm so joyful. I'm always walking around with a smile on my face. Some people just don't know how to take me because, I mean, obviously you see a bunch of dark art and I'm just smiling, chipper, and you would never think nothing about it. Got a devil on my chest. Oh yeah, I'm crazy. Oh, devil worshiper. Oh no. We embrace change. Non-ego driven people embrace change. Yes, I love change. I love that monkey wrench in the plan. Anything that throws me for a loop, gets me out of my comfort zone. I love it. So all I've done is change schools, change lives, change this, change that. So I'm very accustomed to change. There are other people that are not. They are petrified of change. We got to work on that, people. All right. Non-ego driven people continue to learn and grow. I am consistently learning something new all the time. Sometimes I feel like I might overdo it. Sometimes my brain is just going to blow up. It really does feel that way, but it's not. But I do learn and grow every day there, and it's okay. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with educating and enlightening yourself. It is not the devil's work, no matter what they say. Non-ego driven people naturally want others to succeed. Once again, here we go back to this. I definitely want people to succeed because I feel like when others succeed around me, that means that people are moving in a forward direction. And when everybody's moving in a forward direction, we can all evolve faster. We can all move faster. Everybody wants flying cars and everybody wants the George Jetsons. Well, none of this is going to happen, people, because none of us are moving in the same direction. Everybody's going this way, and only the non-ego driven people are going this way. So, you see where I'm getting at? If we was all driving in the same direction, we'd get there faster. But unfortunately, it is what it is. This is why we need to start waking up the collective. This is why we need to start helping our brothers and sisters out. This is why we need to start helping our neighbors out. Okay? It's not the wrong thing to do. It is the right thing to do, and it will make you feel better to drop your grudges and drop your hate for your enemies and just actually do something nice for anybody. When you do this, make it a more of a daily habit. Man, your soul, your spirit will thank you, and the universe will reward you. I promise you. Non-ego driven people share info to others to generate growth in others. Hence the reason why I'm a life coach. I love sharing information. I love growth. I got most of my my coaching when I was a child, from the age of 5 and 6 till the time I was, well, now. I've been coached my whole life, especially in the military. Military is big on coaching. They call it drill sergeants or drill instructors for Marines. We read every day. I am reading something new every day that pertains to anything about something good. I don't watch stupid little videos that all day long. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying when you fill your head up with all of this stuff consistently and you don't educate yourself on nothing real, or even something that's tangible that's moving you in a forward direction, then it becomes wrong. Knock that out. And we love to talk about new ideas. I am so full of new ideas. In fact, I could probably start up a business for at least 100 people right now off just my ideas alone. Do you get where I'm coming from? All right. So that concludes this video, and we'll move on to the next one. All right. And another thing, once you tame your ego mind, you are able to clearly see the path you were born to follow. Okay? Just remember that. Once you clear this out, your path will start illuminating. Okay? But you have to clear this out first. You're not going to see nothing with this. All right? All right, so we're back again. These are 6 different things that your ego will say that is just plumb retarded as far as I'm concerned. And there's a lot more than 6. I'm just giving you 6 basics. Number 1 is, I am a victim of circumstance. No, you're not. Okay, I promise you, you're not a victim of circumstance. You're a victim of your decisions and your choices. Period. Once you wake up and realize this, the moment you can actually start changing your stars for the better. Till then, live in the dump that you live in. Number 2, I live in scarcity and there's never enough. I told you earlier, there is quite a bit. There is plenty for everyone. All right. It's just how you view it. It's your perception of what you call enough. When you understand that you have exactly what you're supposed to have, and once you get comfortable with having almost nothing and just being good with it, then you'll start adapting more. I promise you. 3, I am alive temporarily, and that is scary. There is nothing scary about death. We do not go to hell in the afterlife, okay? Hell is not after you die. No matter what that Bible says, I promise you it is not. Hell is what we make it right here. Hell is what we make right here inside of our own minds. Most people do live in hell every day. Oh, yeah. Well, you can change that. I live in heaven now every day. And I used to live in a tortured hell. And anybody who knows me can testify to that one. Now, I was a very, very demonic hellion. And I hated life and I hated everything about it. I just wanted to just end it all. So if I can live in heaven every day, and heaven literally is a state of mind. And it's not something that you have to die and get judged to go to. No, it is something that you judge yourself on. If you feel like you should belong in heaven, well, make the changes. Make that happen. You can. Trust me. 4, I am a machine made up of accidental ones and zeros. I don't know where in the hell somebody would come up with some stuff like that and make themselves think that we are by accident and there's no purpose in our lives. That is your ego blocking that shit out. Okay, so once again, tune that ego out and you'll be surprised at what type of purpose you really do find in life, and you'll like it. Trust me. Number 5, I am in competition with the world. I know a lot of people like this. Stop competing with the world. Start competing with yourself. When you start competing with yourself, that is how legends and true champions are born. Champions don't compete with everybody else. They're competing with themselves. All right. You have 2 inside of you: your ego and your true self. Well, you're not going to battle with your true self because he's the good guy. Your ego is the one you're battling with. You're always in competition with. A buddy of mine used to tell me, you know, if you had to fight yourself, who do you think would win? And I used to think, I don't know. I really don't. Because at the time I couldn't honestly answer it. Now I know. You feed your true self a bunch of positive with your I Am Affirmations, and your true self will gain power from that. Right now, everybody's getting beat up by the ego. Okay, so everybody's losing to the ego. Stop competing with everybody else for this job or this medal or anything like that, and just start competing for yourself. Compete with yourself. I go bowling with my dad, and instead of competing with him, I'm just trying to beat my next frame. I'm just trying to get the best next for myself as I can. And it seems to always work. I seem to do pretty good now. All right. So last but not least, number 6, it's complicated and I can't do it. That's a bullshit ass lie. I used to say the same damn thing. And now, you know, I used to not be good at math ever. Now, for some reason, I can do math in my head. But on to your higher self. Things your higher self says. Number 1, I create my reality. We create our realities, people. Nobody else does. If you allow somebody else to create your reality, then, well, you deserve whatever in the hell you got coming to you. Sorry. Number 2, I live in abundance and I have enough. There is always enough. Yes, we live in an abundance, much more than what most people even give themselves credit for. There are a lot of people out there that have nothing, literally nothing, in other countries, and they're perfectly content with life. Okay? So that just goes to show you, if they can do it, we can do it too. We're just very laxed over here in America. America has no traditions, no real anything about it. We're only a couple hundred years old. We ain't been around that long. Every other country has been around for generations. Okay? So we should take some lessons from them, not the other way around. Number 3, I am alive temporarily, and that is awesome. Every day you wake up and you're above ground, whether you believe it or not, is a freaking miracle. And you should very well be happy and use today. Don't think about the past. Don't think about tomorrow, because neither one's gone and the one's not here. Today, just today. Focus on how much you can do today that's going to make your future you smile. You get what I'm saying? Number 4, I am an artist made up of infinite energy. Yes, I am. We are all artists. We all have something very special inside of us. And we are full of life and energy. Okay? It only takes a spark of energy, to power an entire human body. We are human batteries, okay? So light source goes to Earth. Earth is the charging pack. We are the cell phones that are connected to the charging pack, and Earth pushes energy to us. Okay? And we'll get into later topics about that, but that all has to deal with chakras, and I've got you covered on that one too. All right? Number 5, I'm in harmony with the world. Yes. Once you trade out your ego for your true self and you're hearing a much more positive voice versus the negative voice, you will find yourself in harmony with everything around you. And it's nice. It's nice. This is what I was talking about, heaven. Okay? Heaven does exist right here on earth, right here in your own mind. But you have to free yourself of the wrath. You have to free yourself of your ego. And once you do that, you'll start balancing out your karma, and you'll start finding yourself on a more even keel. Okay? You'll instead of going like this, you'll start going like this. And it's nice. It's a nice ride, okay? And number 6, I'm always happy. I am always happy. You can ask anybody around me. I'm generally, very rarely, ever angry or tensed up about anything. But anger and sadness, they are natural emotions. I go through those emotions just no different than anybody else. The only difference is I control my emotions, and I don't allow my emotions to dictate my life. I never make a decision based on emotion. I don't care if it's happy, sad, or anger. Never basing a decision on happiness. Why? Because you're really freaking happy, and next thing you know, you're in Vegas just having a great time, and you're really happy, and bam, you wake up the next morning, you're married. Oh, but you was happy. But today, oh no, you're not so happy anymore. You get where I'm coming from? Don't make a decision based on anger or sadness. You won't like the outcome. Okay? Check your emotions. Then think logically about what you should do. Then make your decision. With that being said, never regret anything in your life. It cannot be changed, undone, or forgotten. So take it as a lesson and move on from it. Stop holding it in. Got it? Later. Okay, so we're going to talk about some mindfulness techniques. It'll help you build more self-awareness towards yourself and allow you to get this ego under check. Some people don't even recognize that it's even there, okay? And these practices will help you get to this level, okay? I've got 10 of these, so pay attention. 1, meditate each morning. Okay, meditation is key. You do not have to sit in like you see Buddha and all of that. You don't have to do that. Okay, I can't fold my legs like that. I just don't stretch that way, and I don't feel comfortable sitting like that. All right, now some people might. Good for them. I cannot, so I've found other ways, okay? You can sit up in a chair. You can lounge back in your bed. Meditation comes from just turning everything off, listening to what's going on around you, hearing all the sounds, smelling all the smells, taking in all of it, okay? So if you're sitting outside, You want to listen to all the sounds. You want to hear all the birds. You want to try to focus in on every little sound and just go from sound to sound to sound to sound to sound. Okay? You'll catch smells. Catch the smells. Smell it. Smell. You smell this. You'll smell this flower. You'll smell this fart. You'll smell this. You'll smell that. All right? Check it. Because as you do this, you really adapt to some things. My hearing getting better, and my smelling, I can pick up a scent, probably about the same as a dog sometimes. Express gratitude each and every evening. That's number 2. All right. Have a little gratitude journal or grateful journal. And just write down some of the things you're grateful for. I am grateful for my mother. I am grateful for my father. I am grateful for my brothers and sisters. I'm grateful for the air. I'm grateful for the change that I have in my pocket. All right. You'd be surprised. Just be grateful for that change that you have in your pocket or the few dollars that you have in your banking account. Some people have a lot less. Be grateful. Number 3, take 3 conscious breaths. Okay. People, we breathe on a day-to-day basis and we don't even think twice about it. It's nature to us. It's something normal. But when you take a conscious breath and your brain recognizes that you are taking in that breath and you are holding that breath and you're not focused on anything else but that breath, how it smells, how it feels, is it cold, is it hot, is it, tingy, whatever it is, take notice to your breaths. And you ain't got to do many, it just builds an awareness to everything, okay? And the more you build an awareness to everything else, the more you'll start catching on this ego, all right? Take 30 minutes during your physical training. If you exercise, which you should be, take notice to how your body feels and moves when you're doing your exercises. Is there a clicking in your shoulder like mine? Is there a spot where you just can't lift because there's damage to it? Take notice to these things. Learn how to operate with your body. Your body will tell you what you can and cannot do. Some people will just push way past their limits, but their body's telling you, literally, we can't do this. You need more before you get to that level. But, you'll throw it up there anyway, and next thing you know, you're injured and you're out of commission for the next month. It does you no good. And also just being mindful as to how your body feels. Your body tells you a lot. Number 5, mindful eating. Take notice to how you're eating, chewing your food, what the texture is, what the taste is, how hot, cold, medium. Just take notice to all those little bitty things. And the more you do that, once again, it'll start allowing you to take notice to your ego. Number 6, allow emotions to exist without judging them or labeling them. Recognize that when you feel an emotion, it's just an emotion, period. It's neither good nor bad. It's neither angry or sad or happy. Just recognize that you're feeling some type of way and then be done with it. Don't label it. Don't judge it. Just experience it and let it flow out. The more you allow yourself to do this, the more things that people say and do will just literally, like water on a duck's back, it just beads right off. All right. Number 7, accept people for who they are, events without trying to change them. Ladies and gentlemen, we all have people in our life that we love, but they are not always the people that we would like them to be. Don't judge them. Don't over criticize them. Don't even think nothing about it. Just recognize that those flaws that you see in these people, that's what makes us different. Okay? These flaws you should be appreciating. try to find one positive that you like about your worst enemy. I promise you, it will help. I didn't think of it at first, but I used to try to find positives in my enemies and find out something that I could potentially like about them. And yeah, it's hard sometimes. It's hard, especially when we're controlled by emotion and rage about what somebody's done, did, or said. But if you can find those positives in the worst of worst people, well, then it just gets easier after that. Next thing you know, you see positives in everybody. Okay, everybody's got a positive. I don't care what type of flaws you've got. I don't ever judge anybody for anything. I try to get to know them. If I don't click with them, it doesn't mean that I don't like them. It just means that I just won't click with them, and I say hi and goodbye, and I keep moving forward. I don't get stuck with them. Number 8, let go of controlling. Become comfortable not knowing. Sometimes some of us just want to control situations a little too much. Let go of the controlling nature and just allow life to happen. Good or bad, if you don't allow this life to happen, sometimes you will bypass really good things, and you will bypass lessons that you're supposed to learn, which means that you'll just end up doing it all over again and circle and circle and circle and circle. You won't get off the Ferris wheel or the hamster wheel, whatever you want to call it. I personally don't want to stay on a hamster wheel for the rest of my life. I want to get through my life lessons, so no matter if they're good or bad, let's just get through them. Let's figure these out. Let me learn these, so that way I can move forward in life and not be stuck, stagnant. If you don't like hell, don't sit there in it. Keep moving forward. Why would you stop in hell? Just to kick back and relax? Good job. I try to keep it moving forward. Number 9, stop resisting change. This is one of the big ones for myself. You know, at one time, boy, I was just resisting the hell out of this change. Even though I was making the change, I was resisting it as well. Don't know why. Ego. But just allow the change to happen and keep moving forward. Number 10, take inspired action daily without expectations of what you think or want. Okay, so when you take an action and you're doing something, don't have so many expectations of what you think or want to happen with this situation. Just say, okay, well, whatever happens, happens. And I'm going to accept it for what it is. And if it's not where I want it to be, then I can make adjustments. Simple as that. All right. That was number 10, ladies and gentlemen. You have a good day. Talk to you later. Make sure you click like, subscribe, and just be courteous. Like is not a hard thing, and even if you don't like it, just like it anyway. I do it all day long to everybody else's videos, all across the YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I just hit like, just because it's just common courtesy, people. It just helps other people get along and get moving forward in their things, and it's just nice. All right, later. Your ego is neither good or bad. It's just simply a lack of self-awareness. It fades away as you become aware of it. And since ego and awareness cannot coexist, you must check one and get rid of the other. Okay? So, with that being said, just remember, nothing about your decisions or anything are good or bad. You made a choice. Own up to it. Learn from it. It wasn't a bad choice, even though you might feel that it is. Just say, okay, all all right, I see where I went wrong with that, and move on from it. Make it better. All right. Some techniques of mine. Um, I usually I made small changes to my life, some very small, subtle changes. Um, and with that, every time I'd make a little change about my life, I would wait till I got very used to it. And then as I got used to it and I built a habit to it and it become my new normal, then I would change something else and another thing and another thing and another thing, just little by little, brick by brick. Okay, let's just take baby steps. Trade one little thing that you don't like about yourself and put it in with something that you would really like to be yourself, or just anything you could think of. Just make those small little bitty changes, and before you know it, bam, you're a whole new person. I also did Am Affirmations. I can't tell my peoples enough about Am Affirmations and how it transformed my life. Words are power. This is why the rich are so rich and wealthy and powerful, is because they are very knowledgeable about the I Am Affirmations. They know how to reprogram themselves for success. Okay, if I can do it, so can you. Okay. I also used to listen to motivational videos from YouTube, motivational videos, motivational music, anything that was inspiring, that was lifting, that wasn't gangster or hard rock, that was all about thrashing and killing and all that negativity stuff. I used to listen to it. I loved it. Nowadays, I get where those messages can really steer you wrong. Okay, some of that stuff used to get me amped up, fired up, like Little John's King of Crunk. Yeah, I used to just want to just go out and bash people's heads in. I'm prone to violence. I was prone to violence. Okay, I've got a long list of violent history and drug abuse and alcohol abuse. So my record speaks for itself. And I can tell you right now that a lot of that had a lot to do with some of the music I was listening to. Okay, it would just ramp my emotions up. Okay, get my ego fired up on some old stuff, and next thing you know, I'm catching another charge. See here. Self-discovery questions were always a very good one. I used to just kind of read some questions that were very deep and maybe think about some things in my life and with myself. And if you can answer them honestly, I can promise you that it will start to dawn on you about how your life is going and where you don't want it to lead. Creating a future you was another big one for me. I created a whole new persona of myself, a whole new image. And I said, you know what? This is the guy I want to be. How do I get to this guy? So this is where I started making them small, little bitty, subtle changes. Okay. But that's it for today. I'll talk to you later, guys. See you. And I would like to give a special thanks to my subscribers, what little I have, and to everybody at YouTube for allowing me to post these videos. Thank you very much. To my viewers, if you're watching, thank you. Love you guys, and take care. Be good.